Morning guys, it's early morning and I'm heading up to the veggie patch to see what's going on. It's a bit of a morning ritual, so I thought I'd bring you along with me. Alright, so this is our veggie patch, as we call it, where we grow most of our food. And as you can see, we use these IBC pods. They're not wicking beds, they're essentially a big container. If I had my time over again, I would have made them all wicking beds, but at the time I was an apprentice, didn't have much money, and I thought, let's just fill them full of soil. That would be easier. So yeah, I mean, it's worked for this long. The cover that we've got over them is 10% shade cloth. Our summers up here are brutal, so this really helps, and we can pretty much grow veggies all year round with this stuff on it. Alright, so we got some coriander growing here. I just gave it a big haircut. We got beans growing here. Let's see if we can find any. Oh, that'd be a little early morning snack. We've got peas growing as well. Another early morning snack. So that bed is beans, peas, parsley. And then we've got this bed, which we've got corn. This is silver beet. This is going really well. Oregano. Thyme in the corner, chives down here. What's that guy? Oh, that's a lettuce that it has bolted to seed. Tomato, I'm not sure on the variety of that one. It's probably a Roma. This bed is a weed bed. There is a few capsicums growing here, but this bed really needs some attention. This bed, we got more chives, tomato, and a capsicum, which are a little bit slow over the cooler months here, but he should bounce back once it warms up. Broccoli, which aren't doing the best. This one's all carrots. We actually grow pretty good carrots here for kind of an arid climate, far north Queensland, Australia. None are ready now, but you can see the little guys there. More chives through here. As you can tell, we like our chives. And little baby marigolds growing through there. This bed, we've got beetroot through the front here, I think. Was that rainbow? No, that's beetroot. Silver beet in the middle. And this is rocket. I'll lift the net to show you. Oh. Now this is rocket that I planted, I think, a year or so ago, and it's come back this year. It's an absolute ripper. It kind of like just went quiet for a while when the climate wasn't right, and then when the climate was right, it's bounced right back. It's quite pretty. The leaves are peppery. Have them in your salads. So that's a ripper. If you were to grow this, I'd recommend just leaving it in the ground and just seeing what it does, rather than pulling it out and starting again. So that was a little win. We've got some lettuce in here too. They're great on burgers. Another tomato. Okay, better cover that up. This is our sweet potato bed. So I've just dug some sweet potato up a couple weeks ago. So the soil levels kind of dropped down a little bit. And then I replanted some cuttings or slips. So yeah, if you want me to show you how I do that, let me know in the comments below and I can do a video for that. Over here we've got zucchini. They're doing so well this year. Let's go. Any more? Doing so well. A few more corn. This bed gets a lot of shade from the edge of the food forest there. So yeah, I'm not expecting these beans to come too much. What have we got going on this bed? Oh, more herbs, thyme. Thyme's great. Rosemary, tomato, more tomato. Zucchini in that corner over there. Okay, this bed I planted, I wanted it to be a bit of a flower bed, but not all the seeds came up. We got a couple here, a couple cosmos, which are lovely. So I'm gonna have to come back through this bed and put more seed through here, flower seed. I always like to have a bed that's got flowers in it. It's just nice to look at, and it's beneficial for your veggies as well, having those insects come in and pollinate. So this bed, I'm really happy with the soil. I've had this worm farm in here for quite a few years now, and if you dig down and look at this soil, we haven't added anything for quite a while. And just this top layer is awesome. Look at that. I'm a fan of this bed. So yeah, it's our bit of a compost bin worm farm built into the bed. Pumpkin. We've got sage growing here. I had a big pawpaw growing here. Big pawpaw. So the sage was shaded out. And that's why it's really long and lanky. I'll come through and do some cuttings of it and help it bush up a little bit. Another big zucchini plant here. So no zucchinis. We're actually leaving this big guy. Look at this big guy in here. We're leaving him, this one, to go to seed because these plants did really well this year, and we're hoping to collect seed from that. I've never done that before, so we'll see what happens there. Zucchinis have done well. There's another zucchini here. Thai basil. Up the back here we have kind of like a semi-aquaponics system. I won't go into depth of kind of how I did it, but normally I just grow lettuce. These are all the lettuce seeds, and here's baby lettuce coming up. So each year the lettuce just come up by itself, and yeah, I just leave it alone. In here, aside from the tremendous amount of weed, we have little guppies. It would be nice to get some native fish in here one day, but I haven't really had the time to set this up properly, but that's a whole nother topic. This bed is our ginger and turmeric bed. You can see the turmeric and ginger here in the cooler months have kind of died back. I do need to go through and pull them up, and this bed's not the best soil, so I would like to kind of amend that before putting more in. This is another one of our little compost bins in the garden. You can see some scraps and stuff in there. Banana skin. What's this? A few things popping up here. What is that? So yeah, this is mostly where our food scraps go. Just a bucket with some holes drilled in the bottom. Straight in the bed. Works great. This hose here, when it's really dry, I leave it in the bucket to help with the compost, but it's kind of winter at the moment. We don't need that much water in there. This is saltbush. I just grow that. Well, I was given it as a gift, and it's done really well. Aussie native. You can use it in your cooking. It's quite salty, funny enough. This is our tomato bed. So at the moment this is just full of romas. Let's see if we can find one. Doesn't look like they're always hiding. You can see all these guys in here. Not quite ripe yet. And that's that bed. They're nearly finished. We'll probably, well, when they finish, we might change that out. They've had tomatoes in there for quite a while. Let's just go down here. This is Atherton raspberry. It's an Australian native raspberry. It really likes the cooler climate, so in winter time this thing looks its best, but the moment the temperature starts to go up, he is not happy. So I have these pieces of poly here which I drape shade cloth over in the warmer months, and that helps him survive until winter. But I'm thinking I might transplant some ginger and turmeric over into here, and then they'll grow up in summertime, give him a bit of shade, and then when they die down in winter, this guy can take off. That's the plan, at least. So I'm going to try that this year. Just haven't gotten around to it. There's a few more pumpkin vines growing there as well. So that's a very quick tour of what's going on in our veggie patch area. This is the main area where we grow all our kind of seasonal stuff, veggies. And then over there is our food forest, which will have to be another video, I think. So let me know in the comments if you want to check out the food forest, and I'll see you next time. Happy gardening.